Good evening, good evening. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Marilyn. Hello, hello. So glad to see y'all. It's been a little while. I was out of town doing some work. We talked about going live from Phoenix, but we ended up not doing it. I was working kind of hard. I was working. Hello, Texas. Look at that. Texas in the house. Y'all having some good weather down there. I was a little bit disappointed. I'm sorry you had such a rough day. Hot mess, Jess. I like your name, Hot Mess Jess. I was expecting Phoenix a little bit warmer than it was. That was for sure. Ohio in the house. North Carolina. Welcome, welcome, everyone. I'm so sorry for your loss, Rosie. So sorry. I'm so glad everyone could join tonight. All right. Looks like we got some people on here, so y'all ready to get going on this? Y'all know how I work. It looks like most of you do for the new ones. It says it's 60 here, but it feels like 40. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I love it. Love it, love it. Oh, congratulations. There goes Tiffy. She started a new job today. Congratulations, Tiffy. Congratulations. All right. So for those of you who have never seen me read before, you put the name of the person you want read in the comments, and my moderator chooses someone, and then I do spirit led. Oh, Danielle wants to know if she will ever. This is not psychic, but I'm going to pull this question. Will Danielle ever move to the UK? I do feel you moving to the UK, but it's going to be quite some time. Okay, so do you want to start with spirit led, or you want to? Okay, my moderator, my boss. Don't y'all love that? I wonder if he knew he was my boss.
As if.
As if, he's saying. All right. We're going to start with spirit led. Let's see what we got going on here. The first person stepping up. All right. This gentleman has a dad energy about him, and he likes to country dance. He is showing me. He's actually showing me line dancing, but it looks country to me because he's dressed kind of in the cowboy boots and the I'm hearing a B name off of him, so we have a dad energy. I'm hearing a B name off of him. It sounds like Billy, but there you go. He liked to country line dance, and he had light brown hair and facial hair. If y'all wonder what I'm doing, I'm making notes about what I'm saying because I will very much forget it. All right, so listen up, and if this fits you, please. And he's saying that he died suddenly. Hello, Danny. So this is the first spirit I brought up tonight. So I don't know if you're just joining, Danny, but this is the first spirit. And we're starting out with spirit led. Facial hair. He's wearing his cowboy boots. Like he's saying he's died suddenly. All right. So let's see if if this fits someone on here.
Bo said I had a friend die suddenly last week.
Okay, Bo, does everything else fit this Robert Katie?
It is.
Oh, yeah, Bo, because when I opened it up, it said Bo.
I'm waiting for the load.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Looks like he's already been claimed. And this gentleman does feel very young and handsome and in the prime of his life. He is, I don't know how close you were to him. I'm not sure if this is Robert or Katie or Bo. We'll just call you Bo.
He was young.
Yeah, he was young. And he is...
It's Katie.
Oh, Katie. Very good. I was going to be kind of excited, Katie. Not that I don't want you here, but I don't get very many men on my lives. It's like, oh, look, we have a man opening up to the spirit world.
You were wrong. My husband didn't.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I always say it's never 100%. Something feels off about that. All right. Katie, this gentleman is talking about, I don't know how well you knew him and if y'all were, y'all had conversations a lot, but he always knew he was going to pass young. And I'm not saying that he was going to make it happen or,
Very well.
okay. Oh, he did. Thank you, Katie. A lot of times when I bring up spirits who died young, they know they're going to die young, and not that they're manifesting it. It's just, it's a feeling they get. And, I was just talking to someone the other day in one of my readings about this, and they had really struggled with, because they always felt like someone close to them, this one person was going to die young, and they did. And they were like, did I manifest that? No, you did not. I mean, we might have some crazy manifesting powers, but manifesting someone passing is not one of them. It was just one of those things that he knew was going to happen. Katie, he's also talking about, he wants to thank you for being his friend. Y'all are very close. And he's talking about he could always be himself with you, that you were not someone who judged. You were someone who would just listen to his heart. And on top of that, more importantly, he's saying you were fun. You were funny and fun. Hello, hello, hello. I see everyone popping on here. Katie, his last message to you is...
He could. I love him so much, and we did have fun.
Yes, 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 yes. Fun lover. He's telling you to pursue your dreams. He's showing me that there's something, hello, hello, that you have been wanting to accomplish, but you've kind of been putting the brakes on it and slowing it down. And he was saying if there's one thing he could do is live with more gusto, which I do find it hard to believe. This guy is definitely making me feel like he lived with a lot of gusto. But he is saying if there's one thing he could change is to live with more gusto. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Katie, for kicking us off tonight. And thank you, Marilyn, for sharing my live. I so appreciate you. Yes, he knew I want to become a drug counselor, and he knew my dreams. Very good. Please do that. We are definitely struggling right now in this society with a lot of that. I am so tired of fentanyl. Ugh. You know what? But lately, alcohol has been running a very close second for people passing from it. So let's see. Well, I get bullied tomorrow for being gay at school.
Bo said he passed from fentanyl.
Uh-huh. See? I'm so tired of fentanyl. Tired of it. I know why people mess with it. Okay. Jacob is on here. And I'm not opening this up to Psychic. I just wanted to catch this one question. Will I get bullied tomorrow at school for being gay? Honey, I would like to say you weren't, but that is not what I'm getting. I'm getting that there is always hurting people. And I know it's stupid. I know. There's always hurting people that want to hurt other people. You will find your tribe. And I don't know if you've ever listened, or probably not, because you feel kind of young. But Brene Brown, if you ever want to listen to her, I know she's older, but she has some very wise words. And she talks about no matter how perfect you are, you're going to be judged. And she talks about this situation where you could go to church. You could be the perfect mom, sitting in the pew, going to the perfect church, dressed perfectly, doing this, doing everything perfectly, and you're going to be judged for being too perfect because, you think you're all that because you're perfect. You cannot please, and don't please other people, honey. Walk your own soul's path, because no matter what, you're going to get teased, and you're going to get bullied, and you're going to, people are going to make fun of you because they are hurting, and hurting people hurt others. And I know it's ridiculous, but it's what they do. Just know that when people are judging you, it's because they're hurting or they're walking in fear themselves. When people don't understand something, when they are walking in fear, they lash out in anger because, I know, it's stupid. I'm sorry, honey, it's like that, but it is. All right, you got someone?
Is Patty still on? Her husband, Daryl.
Patty, if you're in the house, Patty, your husband, Daryl. When I say a couple of people have shared my live, thank you for sharing it. It helps me so much, and I so appreciate y'all when y'all share my live and y'all like it. It helps the algorithm. I so appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. Has Patty spoke up?
I'm not seeing Patty.
Okay, so I'm about to start pulling up Daryl for Patty if she is here. Thank you, Wild Girl, for sharing my live. Thank you. I so appreciate that. The person stepping up, I know what he's showing me. I don't know the interpretation of it, so listen up. What he is dropping in is what my interpretation of when I've seen people that are working the New York Stock Exchange, and they have papers, and they're like, they have a pen in their mouth, and they're like, here. So that's what he's showing me. I'm not sure if this is the actual stock exchange or if it's something that worked along that manner. He had a very high stress job, which and then he's doing this, his heart, which led to his heart having not great issues. His eating habits also didn't help.
Still not seeing Patty.
Okay, I don't know if Patty's in the house because she's not stepping up. So we might have a spirit led here. The diet, heart issues. He died from heart condition, but he had several bouts of it before he actually passed. He is showing me he did have a heart issue, and then he had surgery. But then the heart did end up taking his life. He is buried, not cremated. And he's showing me that the space beside him is empty, so his wife is still alive. All right. No Patty? All right, looks like we have a spirit up for grabs. I am still hearing a D name off of this gentleman, like Daryl, David. Okay. So listen up. D name off of this gentleman, like a Daryl or a David. He had a very high stress job. He's showing me my representation for the New York Stock Exchange when people are it could be Dwight. Because I was about to say Dwayne, and I was like, I'm not going to name off all these D names. Okay, but listen to all the information. He's showing me my representation for the New York Stock Exchange. So he had a very high pressure job like that, like buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. So even if he didn't work on the stock exchange, he had a job that fit that description. The high stress of his job and his eating habits led to heart problems. He didn't die immediately from the heart attack. He is showing me he did have some surgeries. He had the blockages. I'm hearing bypass. He had a bypass surgery, but the heart condition ultimately took his life. He also is showing me that he was buried, not cremated, and that his wife is still alive. He's also showing me he's from the eastern part of the United States. All right. Does this fit anyone on here? All right, real quick while people are trying to decide. Okay, a couple of things I have coming up. It looks like there's some of my followers, my subscribers on here. Next week is going to be a subscriber week, so just know that next week I will have something posted, and I will be doing some subscription-only lives. And then don't forget, coming up the middle of April, I have a Zoom event that you have to register for on my website. Also, I have this weekend on Sunday is just a phenomenal lady. I don't know if y'all have seen, there's a gentleman who's done a lot of TikToks on it, but there is a Don Studi who is being investigated for being a serial unaliver over in Iowa. His stepdaughter is going to be coming coming for a Zoom event. You can come and ask her questions, hear her story. Her mom was said to have taken her own life, but that's what came up in our reading. She did not take her own life, and it just wasn't investigated. Now they're about to reopen that investigation into her mom's suicide, which was really couldn't have been. So anyway, that is on this coming up Sunday. It's a free event. Register for it. Come support Marie. Bring your questions. So that's on Sunday. Middle October is the subscriber event. And then I also have something fun I just added to my website. You can go and check out and see what your strongest clair is. Does anyone here know what their strongest clair is? You registered. Thank you. Great. Y'all know what your clairs are? Clairs are how you get information from spirit. And so if you want to know, you go to my website. So this is my website. Y'all see my website? And you click on the hamburger. The hamburger is the 3 lines over in the corner. There you go. And then you can go to classes. And then it says, get your free clair quiz. Get your free clair quiz right there. Okay, so
That chick said, I'm sorry, Amber said that everything fits if the D name doesn't have to be the spirit's name. If it could be a lady, a female's name.
yes, the D name can be someone around the spirit. It doesn't have to be their name. And
Amber, she said everything fit.
okay, can you put a comment in there, Amber, so your name will come back on my scroll.
There she is. His wife's name started with a D.
Very good.
And it was her grandpa.
Okay, very good. It looks like we got your grandpa here, Miss Amber. All right. And so his wife is still alive, I'm hearing. You know, Miss Amber, he is talking about that you don't, like, he died when you were younger, and so there's a lot of things you don't remember about him, and that is one of his big regrets, that he didn't live long enough to develop that hardcore connection with you, but he wants you to know he's always around you. Now, for any of you who've watched me read, you know I don't let spirits just say, hey, tell them around them. They have to prove it. This gentleman sends you birds, specifically cardinals. He is showing me that you have been looking out the window and there will be like this lone bird there, and it's this red bird, and he wants you to know that is him. He's also telling me, yes, I'm a psychic medium. Oh, sorry. Someone was trying to go live with me. Hello. Jenny in the house. Okay. So, Amber, he's like wanting you to know that the birds are coming from him. Also, he's telling you to call your grandma. And I was about to say text, and he said no, call. So that tells me that your grandma doesn't like to, aw, I love your face, Jenny. What was that? Okay. Amber, he's also telling me the person that has the... Oh, it's been some time since you spoke with her. That's why he's saying to call her. You know, I know that happens where kind of just kind of gets away, but I just feel her spirit lifting when I think about you calling her. So that must be why he's saying to call her, call her. Also, Jenny, or not Jenny, I'm sorry, it was Jenny on the brain because I was just talking to Jenny on here. Amber, the person that has the medium size, I'm hearing about a 12-pound, mostly brown dog with some black on it. That dog is still alive. He messes with that dog. So whoever it is that has the medium-sized brown dog with the white on it, your grandpa messes with that dog. Just know that. Thank you, Miss Amber, for letting me read your grandpa. I appreciate it. You got?
That chick? It's that chick something, but I don't know.
Okay.
Fiance, Dion. I'm waiting for her to come back up.
Okay, that chick, her fiance, Dion. Right? Okay. Okay, so I don't know. Yes, there you are. There you go. Let me see. Does she have enough to go live? Nope, not quite. All right, missed that chick. This boy.
Chick, Ruby.
That chick. Okay, this boy is stepping up, and it was funny. He must have known my husband was, or my moderator was going to call him, because I was about to say, "Oh, should we go spirit led?" Because this guy came up with all of the cockiness and all of the charm and all of this beautiful smile, and I was just like, "Oh my goodness, I need to talk to this boy." And I say boy because he's a boy to me, but he's calling himself a grown ass man. So there you go about that. He's also telling me, that chick, that he should have listened to you. Something about how he passed and the people he was hanging out with and the choices in his life, you were seeing him at his soul level and really trying to pull him back onto path of making good choices in his life. And he loved you so much, but he just wanted to have a good time. Like, he was really torn between this place in his life of wanting to settle down. And I'm not talking about other women. That's not it at all. You were the woman for him. He absolutely loved you. And he's being a little bit inappropriate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that he's being a little bit inappropriate. He's talking about your curves. He loved your curves. That's all we're going to go with that. Because he is very much saying, no, she was the only one for me, talking about your curves, but it was just his playing with his friends and not wanting to settle down. And you knew that he was going to settle down. And that's the reason you weren't too worried about it. Because you knew, he just needed to get all that out of his system. And again, for anyone watching, I'm absolutely not talking about other women. He only had eyes for her. And yes, I would say it differently if he, had stepped out, but he did not. And he wants that to be quite clear. And he's pushing that so much, I'm wondering were people saying that he was seeing someone else? Because he is making me want to say that over and over. Like it's just drilled into your head that you were the only one for him. And when spirits do that, it's usually because someone is saying something different.
Yes, he died before we got married.
Yes. And he is saying he should have drug your ass down to the justice of the peace. Some people. Don't be listening to some people that chick, because that's not correct. And I knew, once he had me say it like 3 times, I was like, why am I having to repeat this information? Spirits don't usually repeat themselves like this unless it is any true, what people are talking about. Whenever spirits make me repeat something, I was like, oh, there's more to this story. He's also telling me that he is the one who's been messing with the electricity in your house. And it's kind of not just one thing. It's a couple of different things. And yes, he is the one messing with that. Though I know that you are not angry at him, he is saying, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be angry. So you must be saying things like, dude, why don't you just listen to me? Why don't you just, do what I asked you to do? And I know you don't say it with anger in your heart. You absolutely just think about him with love. But he wants you to know, you know what? It's okay to be angry at me. I'd be angry at me too. Now that chick, there is someone he is referencing who feels like a son energy. Did y'all have a son, or was there a nephew or someone he hung out with that he treated like a son? Because he is... we are talking to that chick, her fiance Dion. She has claimed him and identified him and all the jazz. Your nieces. It's specifically a boy. This is one of the times I wish you were in front of me.
Our nieces.
Because I would get to the bottom of this. Because it's a boy. I wonder if there's a friend that had a son who he was close with that he treated like a son. We're going to let that go because you weren't alive. But thank you so much for letting me read him. He was a joy. I loved his energy. Very sweet. So there is someone on here who says, and now someone says, I was about to mention that. Someone says, I have sons, knowing Andrea back up, and I was about to address her. Okay, so Andrea Olivia. So whenever it's not unusual when there is one medium reading a lot of people for spirits to do what's called piggyback. And Andrea, I'm going to ask you to go live. Forget it. We're going to ask you to go live. I was about to explain all this. I was like, no, too much. How are you, Andrea?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Where are you located?
I'm in Mississippi.
Mississippi, Mississ. I should have learned that when I was a kid. I grew up in Louisiana, right across the.
Oh, you're my neighbor.
Yeah, so it was important us to know how to spell Mississippi. Okay. So I was about to explain this to you, and then another gentleman stepped up, and I was like, forget it. I think this must be Andrea's man, because it's not unusual when you have one medium for spirits to piggyback, but someone else stepped up as you were talking about, I have sons, and he did that for a reason. Like, I kept seeing the son and I wouldn't let it go. And whenever the other gal was like, no, it was nieces, I was like, no, I'm absolutely seeing a boy here. So did y'all have two sons?
Well, he never had kids, but I have two boys, and he was in specifically really close to my youngest boy. Sorry, I'm so emotional. I've been having such a hard time the last week, and so crazy how I was scrolling and you appeared and it sounded like it was him talking to me, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to take a breath. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Now, so it's not unusual, like if a spirit, even if they're not his kids, if he treated them like his kids, then yes, they would come through like a son energy, especially
Yeah. We were going to get married, and he always said those were his kids. So
Now, did he carry a knife around with him? Why do I keep seeing a knife?
he may have had like a pocket knife.
Yes, yes.
He did flooring work, so he always had those kinds of gadgets with him, like a pocket
Oh,
knife or something like
yes,
that.
yes. And that's what he was showing me, like not like a fillet knife. It was just one of those knives that you would like click on your pocket. You know what I mean?
Yes. In fact, when we first started dating, I was like, you can't carry that stuff around. Like, it just, because he had like a chain, and then he would have like a knife in his pocket. I'm like, what are you
Mm-hmm.
doing with that? So,
Mm-hmm.
yes, you're absolutely right.
Okay. I knew the second, and that's the knife is what made me switch and call you up, because I knew that I had that chick's fiance Dion, but then when I could just feel this energy switch with the sun started coming in, and you said we had sons, and then this gentleman who was a different color of skin than Dion, it feels like, stepped up and was showing me a knife. I was like, oh yeah, we have someone here.
Yeah. And his name starts with the letter D, and I gave him the nickname D. So when you were saying Dion with a D, I was like, wait a minute. I don't know. Sounds so familiar. So,
Yes, yes, yes. He is very much talking about, Andrea, that you were the love of his life. And he had a couple of failed relationships, whether they were marriages or not, doesn't matter. They were long term relationships that worked like a marriage. Do you know what he's referencing?
yes.
And no one really understood him, he is saying, or got him like you did. He is apologizing because his paperwork was not completely in order, which caused y'all some issues. Caused you some issues after he passed.
Yes.
He is also talking about you have. It looks kind of like I want to say an altar. It's not like you worship him, but there is a place in your house that is dedicated to his passing. Is that so?
I have a box with all of his things that he gave me, which were not many things that I have. When you reference his paperwork were in order, I immediately thought of I could not go to his house and get all of his things and things like that.
Yes.
So I have a box with the only things I have left of him, which weren't many, which was very upsetting to me.
Right. And you treat it like it's sacred to you.
Yes.
Yes. And that's why I kept wanting to call it an altar, because it's something you don't worship it. But I just feel like if your house was on fire, that is one of the first
Oh,
things.
yeah, for sure. One of the first things I would
Yes.
grab.
Yes, absolutely. And he is sorry. That's why he's apologizing in the paperwork, because you were treated like you didn't matter.
Yeah.
And you mattered most.
Yes. I didn't even get to go to his cremation or anything. So,
I sometimes I don't have, and this is one of those times, good feeling. I mean, I don't have good words for feelings coming from spirit, because that when you're in heaven, you don't really feel sad or your heart breaks, but that breaks his heart, if that makes sense. Whenever he looks over at what you're going through, he just hates that you're going through that, because you were the most important person in his life, and it just pisses him off. That's the word he's giving me. Sorry, people listening. It pisses him off that people are not honoring you the way he wanted you to be honored.
thank you.
Also, the little boy, your smaller one, is he like 5?
No, he's a teenager. He's 16.
Is there a child or a kid that was around him who was around 5?
I don't think so. I'm maybe when we met in 2016. So my youngest would have been younger,
Okay, very good.
but not 5.
Okay, no, that's what I could feel. It was a younger one, and when you said 16, I was like, maybe I have the wrong family. No, that is why, because y'all were together since the one was little. Now, your son, who is 16, has he been complaining about his earbuds not working correctly?
No,
Ask him. Not right now, but later.
like you mean like his headphones?
Yes, yes. Whatever it is he listens to music on, um, your ex-fiance or your fiance messes with those. And so just let him know that that's him. Because your 16-year-old wonders, like, he's at that age where he wants to believe in the afterlife, but he's just not sure.
Yeah, we've had a lot of problems with that. Maybe that's why he's bringing it up. So,
Yes.
because I'm very spiritual and I've had a lot of experiences, especially since my fiance has passed, and my son's the complete opposite. He like thinks that the only way is like the Christianity way, and that's not my way. So we've had a
Mm-hmm.
lot of bumps on the road with that. So
Yeah. He'll find his way. But let him know that it is your fiance that is messing with his earbuds or headphones, whatever it is he listens to music on. Let him know that.
okay.
All right. Thank you so much for letting me read him and popping on here and saying something.
Thank you so much. It's so crazy. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Of course. Have a good evening.
You too. Bye bye.
All right. Jenny? Miss Jenny? Jenny?
I'm not sure if she's still on, but she was.
Your husband, George. All right. So, Jenny's on here. Okay. Yeah, she doesn't have a husband in spirit.
She said husband.
Jenny.
Maybe it's a different Jenny. No, I swear she said.
Okay, do we have a Jenny? Your husband George? Do you have a husband George? Do you? Is this a different Jenny?
I honestly didn't. There it is. Jenny Bailey.
Oh, okay, Jenny Bailey. I was like, wait a minute. I know the other.
I didn't think the other Jenny had a husband.
Okay, there we go. I was like, Jenny. That Jenny does not have. I happen to know the other Jenny, and she did not have a husband in spirit. And if she does, there's something I don't know from last night when she was in my class. But it's Jenny Bailey. All right.
The other Jenny asked you a question. But,
oh, did she? What was her question?
somebody's messed with her phone today. And based on her experience from class last night, she wants to know, can you tell her who it is?
All right, let me ask Jenny's question about who was messing with her phone last night. So, Jenny Bailey with the husband George, please hold tight. I'm going to explain the situation because it's kind of a fun situation. We were going, I taught advanced mediumship last night, intermediate and advanced, and the other Jenny is in that class. She's taken several classes from me, so I happen to know her. That's the reason I was like, she doesn't have a husband in spirit. Yeah, and her husband is not George. Her husband is one. So, but when I got home from Phoenix yesterday, I was running late. The plane was very late, and I was in a rush because I had to teach that class. I walk into my office and I flick on the light, and my light in my office flickers like 5 times. As y'all know, instantly that's a spirit. Even though I'm a medium, I didn't even stop to tap it. I was like, okay, yep, someone's trying to get my attention. I got closed to unload. I'd already unloaded my suitcase, and I go in there, and there is a penny laying in the middle of my suitcase. I have not touched change in forever. I mean, who really touches change anymore? And so I brought it up to class last night, and I showed everyone how to tap that situation and figure out which one of my loved ones it was. So now Jenny is saying that someone was messing with her phone. And so she was wanting to know who it was. It is your brother-in-law. Yeah. It's your brother-in-law, Jenny, and he is saying to kick his brother in his ass. So I don't know what Juan is doing to annoy you, but you have permission from your brother-in-law to kick his brother in the rear end. And he also says that he is so proud of you for following your dreams. That's very sweet. All right, so now we are back to...
I knew it. Thank you.
She's just said she knew it. So typically we already know who it is. She just wanted confirmation. You're welcome, Miss Jenny. Okay, so now we're back to Jenny Bailey and her husband George.
Yes.
So as I realized that his name was George, but I didn't write George. I wrote Georgie. Did you have a nickname for him that was Georgie? I want to say Georgie Porgy. This gentleman is also talking about instantly, I don't always, what he is saying is part to me message. I wasn't going to take it from him, but he's trying to encourage me that you called him that. Okay, very good. So just for those listening, that is something we also learn in mediumship it's called automatic writing. I wasn't even paying attention and I wrote Georgie. It's like, oh yeah, no. Instantly, Jenny Bailey, he is stepping up and apologizing for, I was seeing how many followers you had. I know you're going to disagree, and that's the hesitation. He's saying preface it, which what he's about to say you're going to disagree with, but he is saying how much he appreciates you being patient with him, and it took a patience of a saint to deal with him. He is showing me that he had been ill for a while and wouldn't listen to anyone. Like, I'm hearing, you need to do this, honey, do this, take care of yourself, blah, blah, blah. And he wasn't listening to anyone. And he wants to apologize to you for that because he is saying, frankly, he couldn't have made it on earth without you. And he is sorry to have left you behind. He is talking about, have you been working extra hours? He's telling me to tell you to slow down, that you're working too much. You just are going, and you're wearing your physical body out. And he's saying you can tell that because you've been kind of forgetful. You know, when you get super tired, how your brain just stops functioning. And thank you for sharing my live. I so appreciate that. I see some people sharing my live and liking it. I so appreciate it. It helps me so much in the algorithms. Thank you. Also, he wants you to know, Jenny, that he's saying accommodations. Thank y'all for the lights. I appreciate you. It is very tiresome. It is exhausting. He's also saying the arrangements you made for him were perfect. When he's talking about arrangements, he's not letting me say funeral, so I'm not quite sure why, but that's what he's showing me. A funeral type thing, but he's not letting me use those words. But what you did for him, he is saying, was absolutely perfect. And he very much appreciates you doing that for him. Also, he is saying someone has mentioned going on vacation with you. You've been thinking about going on vacation. There is a vacation of some sort that you're considering this summer, and you're hesitant about it. And he is encouraging you to do that. Take the vacation. Thank you, Miss Jenny, for letting me read your husband. Thank you. All right. I also want to thank everyone for sharing my live. I so appreciate it. Next week is going to be a subscription live. So just know if you're a subscriber, there's going to be several subscription only lives next week. Also, the middle of April, we have that Zoom event for the subscribers. You're very welcome, Jenny, coming up. So make sure you go to my website and register for that. Thank you for sharing my live. I see a couple more people have shared it. I so appreciate that. And let's see, let me answer. This is not psychic, but I do want to answer this. Is she going to win the bed? You know, someone asked about the bed sore something coming up. And whenever I read that, I instantly got my sign for money coming your way. So it's going to go well. Also, please go, and there's a couple of things on my website that's fun. First is go find out what your clair is. Right here, get your free clair quiz. That's how we get information from spirit. It is called the spirit language of spirit, and it's how I get information, and it's how I teach you to get information from spirit. So go find what your main clair is. It's on my website under classes. Also, there's a free event coming up Sunday. You should come in a support Marie. She had a stepdad who was extremely abusive, and he's actually being investigated for being a serial unaliver. And so you can come hear her story about that and bring your questions. I'm more intuitive in the beginning of the year. Is that weird? You know, it's probably because someone said they're more intuitive at the beginning of the year. Is that weird? It's just because a lot of times we start off our year with certain goals that we're going to do. And probably one of yours is to either become more intuitive, sit in meditation, to be more relaxed, something like that, because all those bring forth your intuition. And then as you roll into the year, you get busy, you get distracted, and that takes you away from your intuitive ability. All right. Is it my turn? Yes. Okay, there is a mom energy stepping up. This mom is showing me that she's showing me when she was younger. She will show me when she was older, but first we're going to start. You're welcome, Michelle. We're going to start when she was younger. She was in like her heyday. Her kids were young and in school and in the 70s. And during that time, she was absolutely that mom who she is showing me she was smoking and cooking at the same time. She had this great figure. She had her face and makeup done. She volunteered at the schools. She was a stay-at-home mom. Then she was showing me, she's saying all hell breaking loose, but I'm just seeing, you know, the rug being pulled out from under her. There was a divorce because the husband's infidelity. She's being very clear about that. She's letting all the tea out, people. There is no secrets with this lady. And she kind of went wild. So after this divorce, she was this great stay-at-home mom who, you know, had herself all together, volunteered at the school, she's showing me smoking and cooking all at the same time. Husband had an affair. They divorced. And then she kind of went wild. I know. She's all the tea, Virginia. All the tea. And she, you know, she spent some time in bars after that.
That's it, maybe.
And she never really got back to who she was during that time in her life. And it really caused her, and she's saying that she was selfish. Like she very much... Okay, I'm going to ask her to give me something. When I said to give me something definitive, because a couple of people are trying to claim her, she died from a lung issue from all that smoking. Like she had that smoker's voice. She had that cough towards the end of her life. And I'm just feeling that, you know, when people cough and you feel like they're coughing up a lung. That's what she's showing me. Okay, looks like Beth just claimed her. What?
She never said mine.
Oh, all right. Looks like we're Beth here. I was going to have you go live, Miss Beth, but you got saved because you don't have enough people. Does the quiz get sent to your email? Do you take it right away? The quiz does not get sent to your email. You take it right away. Okay. So Beth, your mom is just stepping up instantly with apologizing about, okay, let me show this person this. Okay, so you see, you go here you get the free Claire quiz. And when you put your information in, you hit continue. What does it say close there? Continue. But you have to put your information in. It won't let me continue.
Who is this again? Beth?
I'm Beth, yes. Okay. So I'll check that out in a minute. Let me see. Is anyone else having problems with the Claire quiz?
I'll check it right now.
My moderator is checking it right now. Looks like I have a lot of people that have taken it. Okay, so I just tried and it won't go. So what are these people saying? Okay. Beth, your mom wants to apologize because she was selfish in her behavior. And she is saying that because it worked. Yeah, my moderator just did it and he said it worked. So if you just put your
go to classes.
Classes.
The regular button for know your Claire's.
Know your Claire's.
First name, email address, hit continue.
First name, email address, and hit continue.
Then a hyperlink comes up. Click for your free Claire quiz.
And then click the hyperlink.
The hyperlink doesn't come up until you hit continue.
The hyperlink doesn't come up until you hit continue. Is it confusing?
Should be good to go.
Okay. She worked in a bar and smoked all the time. Yes, and she is saying that she, was very selfish. She didn't treat her children. Yes, she loved you. Yes, she very much loved her kids, but she didn't treat y'all like individuals. It's just kind of like, I fed you. I gave you clothes. Good enough. And she is talking about how sorry she is for that because it gave you long-term nurturing issues. And you're very good at accepting love, she is saying. At giving love, but not so great at accepting it because of that lack of nurturance. And she wants to apologize for that. Thank you, Beth, for letting me read your mom. I appreciate that. And I appreciate her honesty. Let me tell you, she very much stepped up and she was instantly, this is what I did, and I'm sorry for it. All right. Let's do some psychic. While you're getting your psychic ready. Let's do a few psychic. Okay. My moderator was typing in. All right. There is a free event coming up on Sunday. So just know y'all can register for that. It's going to be someone who's, it's kind of fun because anytime Marie and I get together, because we are working this forensics case, spirits step up like crazy. So it's just kind of fun. Register for that free event on Sunday. Come with your questions. And Marie's in training to be medium too. So we'll see what comes through for her also. And then next week is subscriber week. I'll have several subscriber only lives, so make sure you're looking for that. And yes, whoever, Danny, you should get the DNA test. Virginia, it says, I've been so tired lately. Anything health-wise? You know, Virginia, I am feeling there's a couple of things, nothing big. What I was feeling is that your, first I was getting that your cells just aren't functioning optimally. I'm like, why is that? It's because you are so tired. Like you have not been sleeping. I'm hearing that you're up a couple of times a night, so you're not getting that good realm sleep. Try taking some melatonin. And also, your gut health isn't good. And I'm hearing that you need more than just one probiotic. Take two. Take two a day, one in the morning and one at night. Laura, is my promotion at work good? Yes, I am feeling your promotion at work being good, being very good. Laura, is there a spirit that touches my head? It feels like an angel, actually. It doesn't feel like any spirit. It feels like an angel. I want to ask why. I'm hearing that you've been needing the encouragement. You're going through a very low time in your life, and they're trying to infuse you with that positive energy.
Just my financial burdens get better. It's very open.
Jess wants to know if her financial burdens are going to get better. Yes, they are. Are they going to get better in the next 3 months? No. In the next 6 months? I'm hearing 6 to 9 months before they get better. But also, just know that you have to row the boat. I'm hearing that the financial burden is going to get better if you are working it the way you're planning on it and you continue rowing the boat. So just know, a lot of times when you ask psychic questions, psychic is never 100%, and you have to row the boat. You can change the energy sometimes of these. So,
Kay Summer, will I get remarried?
who?
Kay Summer.
Kay Summer, will you get remarried? I do feel you getting remarried, Kay Summer. I do feel you getting. Heather, should I move? Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Holly, is it a good idea to retire?
Holly, is it? No, Holly, do not retire.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm feeling
Yeah.
a strong, right, don't retire yet. I'm feeling a strong instant, like, no. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, the energy's kind of like, I can see it going in, right? No. The second I read that, I got absolutely no, don't retire.
Denise can find a job.
Is who?
Denise.
Denise, are you going to find a job? You're going to find a job, but how about let's try to narrow it down? Is she going to find a job in the next 3 months? No. In the next 6 months? I'm feeling in the next 5 to 6 months, you're going to find a job.
Is it a good idea for Emily to move to Washington?
Emily to move to Washington. I'm feeling like no. But I also feel like you're going to do it anyway. Free will. It absolutely is free will.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey.
Christiana?
Mm-hmm.
Will I move to Reno?
Christiana wants to know if she's going to move to Reno. I do, and I feel that being a good move for you. Amy, will I find love again? I do think you're going to find love again, but it's going to be a little while, Amy. And so here's the thing is sometimes, like if you come to me, there is something I do call an Akashic Records reading. And they're cool because you're tapping the Akashic Records, which is also called the Book of Life. And when you ask the Akashic Records a question, it doesn't usually, so it says, will you find love again? And the most common question people want to know is when. But it's more about what do you need to do to change the timeline. And Amy, I heard to fall in love with yourself. When you fall in love with yourself is when you're going to find someone else.
I think it's Shalane.
Shalane.
Will I get a positive pregnancy test in April?
Will you get a positive pregnancy test in April? I'm feeling no, but what is the energy? I feel like the energy shifted on that. Like you were going to and something happened and now you're not. Okay. Liz, is my dad going to be okay? He's going to be okay. I don't know what's wrong with him, but I'm getting that his quality of life is going to be affected some, which is going to make him a little cranky. I want to thank everyone. I see some people sharing my live. Thank you, and for liking it. I so appreciate you doing that. Thank you.
Destiny wants to know, is health okay? Is my health okay?
Destiny, I do not. Is your health okay? I do feel like you need to have a full workup. There is something off there. And you kind of know it. You must have known. That's why you're asking, because I feel like you kind of knew. So I want to, has a doctor been telling you you're okay? If they are, keep pushing. Ashley, will Jimmy talk to me in April? I'm not feeling a positive thing on that, and I'm feeling you're going to be distracted with someone else anyway, Miss Ashley.
Mariah wants to know if she's going to get pregnant this year.
Mariah, I do feel you're getting pregnant this year. Did my son ring the doorbell when he passed away? He did. He did do that.
Is Nicole's health issue gone?
Nicole, I do see your health issue being cleared up. Someone was just asking, like, I didn't catch who it was, but they wanted to know if someone had told them the truth last night. No. Not one story, no. You know, the person who you're talking about is the worst kind of, like, to me, it makes it even worse the way they lie, because they tell you a partial truth. A partial truth is a lie, but it makes it worse because people are trying to manipulate you. When someone does that to you, I was just talking to a client today, and their significant other looked them in the eye, told them a partial truth, which is lying. She's like, I will never love him the same. You won't. You'll never love that person the same. I'm not saying you can't have a relationship with them. You'll never love them the same.
Charlene, will I sell my house this year?
Charlene, will I sell my house this year? I do. This is a seller. Where do you live that you're having problems selling it? Because let me tell you, where I live, houses are flying off the market at ridiculous prices too.
Mary says she broke up.
Good for you, sweetie.
Stay strong.
That's right. You stay strong, honey, because that boy is going to come back to you, and he's going to try to get you back. No.
Is Casey going to have another child?
Casey, I do feel you having another child.
Here's a long question. Do you have any feelings about the 2 toxic people at my job being exposed and terminated?
Okay. Do I have any feelings about the 2 toxic people at your job? Okay, so let's break this down. Are the toxic people at her job going to be exposed? Yes. Or are they going to be fired? No. Is one of them going to be fired? I feel one of them is going to leave the job, is what I'm hearing. So whether they do it on their own accord or get fired, I see one leaving and one not. Is there someone else, Mary? Oh, no. Okay, is there more than one someone else? Yes. Okay, I was like, is there someone else? And I was getting this weird, but you know, Mary, what it is it's not that he doesn't love you. He does, but I'm seeing him, nothing serious, which it doesn't matter. It's still wrong, but it's all, a couple other people that he's texting and talking to and seeing inappropriately. He does love you, but you can't be having that mess. Relationships don't end because of lack of love. They end because of lack of respect and the way people, and lying. So much lying going on in relationships nowadays.
Is Jenny going to meet somebody that's long-term this year?
Jenny, I do see you meeting someone this year that is going to be long-term. Yes, ma'am. I do see that.
He's actually going to end up with her first love. They just reconnected recently.
I do, Ashley. I do. Ashley just asked if she was going to end up with her first love. They just reconnected. I do see you ending up with your first love. How sweet is that? I see y'all had a very sweet love, and then you went on to live life, and now you're back with it. Let's see. LSU mom, will my daughter break up with her high school boyfriend when she leaves for college? You know, I'm seeing the energy is iffy. If she doesn't break up when she leaves, they're not going to make it very much longer after that.
What kind of work do you see Kay Summer doing?
Kay Summer, do I have some options? So what kind of work? Are there some options?
Do you have some training? Do you have some skills? Oh yes, there are options.
Well, can I have the options? Let's see, Tammy. Well, I changed.
Working with a handicap. Working with the handicap. Can't catch it. Too fast.
Okay, working with the handicap. Okay, did she have other options?
A little more nice.
You know, I'm seeing you're working with the handicap, but I'm hearing it's going to be a different way. Like not, because, what?
Cleaning? Maybe that's another option.
Cleaning. No cleaning. I'm seeing working with the handicap. I'm seeing that one. Okay, I've been diagnosed with broken heart syndrome. Will I get better? That is completely up to how you do you reside in that diagnosis, or are you doing things to heal? Are you seeing a counselor? I'm seeing that some counseling needs to be involved to kind of move past it. And move past it is the wrong word. To incorporate the grief into your life and carry it with you in a more productive manner.
Is Coco going to see success in her spiritual business this year?
Okay, Miss Coco, are you going to see success in your spiritual business this year? I do see your business growing. You know, success. Like, is it success that she would consider success? When I asked that question, it was like, I see your business growing, definitely. But maybe the actual goal you have in your head that you want to accomplish, you might not completely get there, but I absolutely see your business growing. So make sure you're hanging your hat on that. I see that you're growing it in a very foundational manner, which is important. If you want your business to survive, it's important to lay a strong foundation for it. So keep going, honey. Keep going. You are on the right track. I'm seeing that you are getting repeat clients, which is important. You are on the right path. Oh, you're starting grief counseling next week. Very good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. Pulling cards.
Bethany just asked for one.
Bethany asked for a card. Look, my moderator starts to say, "Do you feel like pulling a card?" He starts looking for my cards. Let's see if we can get some cards going on here. Who asked for one? Bethany. Miss Bethany, you want a card? Okay, let's see what we got here. Best energy in these cards. Beth. Whoop. All right, we're done. It told me so. All right, let's see what we got going on here. There were some weird ones in there. All right, so let's see. Oh, honey, you are going to, you've been pushing yourself too hard, I'm getting. You have been pushing yourself too hard. You need to step back and not just do some self-care, do a self-change to your life. Like a lot of people want, like they just think they're going for a manicure or pedicure or something. Yeah, that's great. But I'm talking some instrumental self-care. Also, you are looking in a new direction in your life. Make sure you're staying looking in that direction. Look forward. You're bringing with you what you got, but make sure you're looking forward as you're changing and doing this. There is something that is holding you back. Got the devil card. What's your devil? A devil is something that is typically having a limitation on your life. It could be, you know, an addiction, which I don't think it is with you, a person tapping you down. It's something that is holding you back in your life. You really want to make sure you are um, reevaluating that part of your life, standing in your truth, and making sure you are speaking your truth. You are communicating what you want in your life. You are communicating your soul's purpose. All right. Thank you. Thank you for letting me pull a card for you. Does someone else want a card? I thought I saw someone else want a card. Hello, Mary. I thought someone else. Okay, yes. K Summer Alex wants a card. I thought I had seen someone else. K Summer Alex. All right, let's see what we got, K Summer. Oh, all right, Miss K Summer. You have been going through some crap, but your life is about to come back to a state of harmony. Whenever you are, and when I ask, like, how is your life coming back to a state of harmony? I see you like putting up boundaries and really stepping into your soul's path. Make sure you are listening to your intuition. You are crazy intuitive. Make sure you are listening to that and you are standing in your strength. One of my favorite cards just came up, which is the 8 card. It's the strength card. And, you know, you have that quiet strength about you. It's not someone in your face. You're going to be telling people off, but you are very good about standing in your truth and just quietly stating what you want and what you expect out of people. You are going to be finding a new balance in your life. So after you've come out of this chaos and you put up these boundaries, standing in your own strength, you are going to come to a new balance in your life. It's going to feel more emotionally stable. And when you're moving into this emotionally stable position, there are going to be some people who are going to try to mess with you. Those people that you were putting boundaries up with and your intuition was saying, make sure you're listening to us and putting up boundaries around them. They're going to try to mess with you. Know that you are on the right path. Listen to your intuition, and someone is telling you a half truth, which is a lie. I hope that makes sense to you, Miss K Summer. Miss Denise. All right, Miss Denise, let's see what kind of card action we got going on for you here. Miss Denise. All right. Oh, Miss Denise. You have had some changes at work going on. Even though they might have been a little bit challenging, they have definitely have been some personal development going on. You have really been practicing some self-nurturance, I'm hearing. Oh, thank you. I love those hands. Which, like, almost giving yourself a pep talk. I love that. I love that you've been saying, it's okay, I can do this, giving yourself a little pep talk. Excellent. I love when people are doing that. During this time at your job, there is going to be some instability. There's going to be some unpredictable people around you. But just know that you can weather it. Continue doing that self-talk. Around the corner, I'm feeling 2 months, it's going to be so much better for you. The sun is going to come out. You're going to be seen for who you are and what you bring to the table. So you need to weather through the next 2 months. And after that, you're going to be headed in a new direction that is much more confident because you will have been seen for what you bring to the table. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Who's next for card pull?
Who was that? Gloria.
Miss Gloria. Okay, May 6th. I'm feeling the need to pull one card for you. I'm feeling like I saw your name. I was like, I have to pull a card for her. I'm seeing that you are going to be headed in a new direction with your thoughts. Like you have been considering you've just been questioning the foundation of your life and the foundation of your belief system, and you're being pulled in another direction. Follow it. Okay, now we're going back to Gloria. Sorry, I saw her name come across. I just had to pull that card for her. Okay, Miss Gloria. All right, Miss Gloria. You are being pulled to step more into leadership, stepping more into your soul's purpose, sitting in your body. I'm hearing that you need to sit in your body and listen to what it's telling you. Our bodies give us a lot of communication, and your body has been telling you been pulling you in a direction. I'm also seeing that you need to make sure you are taking care of your tangible items. So there is some deferred maintenance on some of your possessions, like your house or your car. I'm seeing that you need to very much take care of your material items. You have, gosh, who is this? Gloria? Is that who you said? Miss Gloria, honey, you have some things coming up in your life. I'm sorry. I was like, you're going to be, I know, don't you love it when you come to the medium who is not going to sugarcoat it? I'm sorry, Miss Gloria, but you're going to have some challenges coming your way, and they are going to be great for your personal development, but they are definitely going to challenge your ability to stand up for yourself and to stand in your truth. I love that, Llama. You do have everything you need to overcome this, to stand in your truth, to make sure you are speaking what you demand for yourself. And when I say demand for yourself, I don't mean this in a negative way. I mean, you're just wanting what you expect, your expectations are for your treatment. And that's going to go on for, I'm hearing 6 weeks. And after the end of the 6 to 7 weeks, then you're really going to be headed in a new direction that's going to be more positive. Oh, very good. I'm so sorry. Thank you. She says she understood. Thank you for the validation. But let me tell you, that was like tough. That was a tough read. Not tough for me to read, but I'm sorry. All right. I want. Who? Cherie. Let's see what we got going on, Cherie. All right, Miss Cherie. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, Cherie, you have just been accumulating a lot of skills and energy, and you're about to head in a whole new direction with a lot of motivation and a lot of ambition. As you're going through this, there is something in your life that is going to die off. So, I'm going to give you an example. When my business kicked off, I was a college instructor for like 18 years. And so there was the death of that aspect of my life, but it was positive because this business was taking off so much. I didn't even notice the shift, except I could barely keep up with this business. So that's the kind of thing. You're going to head in a new direction, lots of ambition coming your way. There's going to be a transition, a transformation, a death of something as you move into a new role in your life. That new role is really going to affect the love relationships around you. That doesn't necessarily mean like a partner. It could mean some friendships, but you're going to feel a little bit of instability in that area as people are getting a little bit jealous of your new interest. And then I'm also seeing that you definitely want to make sure, as you have all this ambition and energy going in a direction, that you recognize your own limitations and don't overwork yourself. All right. Thank you for joining me tonight. Don't forget to check out my website, all the fun stuff going on there. We have the Claire test on there. I have a TikTok where I advertise my Claire test. So once you take the Claire test, you should go back to that TikTok and post on there what your strongest Claire is. That's kind of fun. And then next week, I'm going to have some subscriber only lives, and there's a free event coming up on Sunday. So come check us out on Sunday. Join that free Zoom event. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Thank you. Y'all have a good evening.